listeners, and thanks for joining me again for another episode of Love Your Life, blog, vlog, or podcast. However you're listening to this, I am grateful that you are here. And I am actually hoping that you were here the last two episodes and you got to catch the last two posts that I did. One on 4 magical things, or 4 must-dos for a magical morning, and then the other talking about how to end your evening with power and the importance of bookending your days. I'm mentioning those two because this post sort of came out of those two. I was thinking of all the things that I do that set me up for success and finish my day with success, and what kept coming up were some things that I definitely don't do, and my successful clients definitely don't do, and so that is where this idea came from. And I am it's really the top things my most effective and successful parents don't, or moms don't do, and so I'm titling it the top 5 things effective moms don't do. So listen in, and with an open mind, recognizing that some of these things I do find myself doing, and then I'm like, oh yeah, why'd you do that? That's sort of how your day went downhill. So number 1 thing that effective moms do not do is they don't use their kids as their alarm clock. What this means is that they don't sleep or lie in bed until their kids wake up. Instead, they start their day intentionally. They wake up before their kids to take care of their needs before they're asked to take care of others' needs. So I encourage you to start your day intentionally, and you are far less likely to be reactive and yelling before the kids leave the house. Decide when and how you'll begin your day and make it happen. My post 2 weeks ago really touches on this, setting an alarm and getting intentional, and some great things you can do to set yourself up for a magical morning. The number 2 thing that effective moms don't do is they do not look at their phone first thing in the morning. While they may use it as an alarm, they have their notifications off so that they don't get distracted by any messages or emails that came in during the night. They have an idea of what they want their morning to be like, and they set themselves up for success by managing their distractions. When we look at our phone first thing in the morning, our plan is often hijacked. We don't do what we plan to do because we get sidetracked by responding to someone who texted or emailed while we were sleeping. Stop and put the phone down. When you choose to tend to your phone messages instead of what you had planned, your day starts off reactively instead of deliberately. Things will come up during the day that you need to attend to, but first thing in the morning is not the time. Empowered moms do not have their phone involved in their morning routine. It's not a place, it's not a piece of it. Number 3 things effective mom and successful moms do, happy moms, they do not start their day with sugar. They know that if they start their day with sugar, they'll spend the rest of the day managing their sugar spikes and energy spikes up and down like a freaking wave or roller coaster, and they will have cravings all day. Empowered moms drink a big glass of water as they begin their day, and maybe start cooking some eggs with spinach or grabbing a hard-boiled egg from the refrigerator. I encourage you all to become a detective and look for the sugar grams and all the things that you put into your beautiful body, because around us they're trying to sneak sugar in all different places, and the more you can be aware of what you're letting into your body, the better your body's going to perform. So look at even the healthy, quote unquote, healthy stuff like yogurt, milk, granola, cereal, juice, bread, oatmeal, dried fruit. Be aware of what has the sugar in it, either added or like natural or straight from the source. Just avoid the sugar and then consciously make choices that are best for you and your body. Number 4 thing they don't do, they do not check their email, their Facebook feed, their Instagram, or whatever else they're looking at before planning their day. No, they just don't. No matter what excuses your brain comes up with, just say no. Set your intention for the day and plan out what you're going to do when. Literally write down the things that must get done in an hour slot on your calendar and get started. In my written blog on my website, I have included a link that I give clients when they're starting to learn how to schedule and calendar that you can have access to, and it'll sort of walk you through step by step. But it's important that you write down the things that must happen during the day, and then you can add in the things that you'd like to have happen. This is where you get to write in check Facebook or check Instagram or check personal emails. What's the big deal with this, Susie? It's a huge deal. You're an adult and you're here on this earth for a reason. You're an adult, you're here on this earth for a reason. Any activity that you haven't consciously chosen to do negatively impacts your day, let alone your confidence. Checking email, Facebook, or anything else before setting your priorities for the day allows other people's emergencies and other people's priorities to drive your day. It sends a quiet message to your inner warrior that your needs don't matter as much as others. Further, you know what you need to get done, and you know when you're letting yourself down by not doing it. Okay, when you're scrolling Facebook and you know you're like, oh, I told myself I was going to clean out that pantry, or oh, I told myself I was going to do the laundry, or whatever it is, write that work email. You're not helping yourself. You thinking that you're engaging and treating yourself to a little time on Facebook is absolutely not a treat. It's the opposite of it. You feel worse afterwards. When I do check my email before I begin my day, I get sidetracked and I help others with their priorities before I've attacked my daily priorities. This increases my feeling of overwhelm and busyness. It just raises my, like I can feel it in my body when it's like, because I know what I need to get done and I'm not getting it done when I'm addressing other people's needs. When I wait to check my email, not only do I feel calmer because I get done what I know needs to get done in my day, but also the beauty is I get on and I find strings of emails where the problem was already solved. Maybe there was a request to carpool that night, and because I didn't get on at 8 a.m. and I see it at noon, I see there are 4 other people and they've solved the problem. Bonus, okay? If not, then I can get on and help carpooling. I'm not trying to get out of carpooling duties. It's just that that didn't take away from what I was getting done during my day. And remind yourself of this. You can write this little mantra somewhere. The more I email, the more email I generate. Checking email more frequently does not make your email go away. Sometimes we tell ourselves, oh, I'll get a handle on it, or oh, I'll get a jump on it. It doesn't make it go away. In fact, it's the opposite. The less you check, the less you have to do. It's truly, the less email you check, the less you have to do. The more you email, the more you generate. The more responses you generate, the more you get in your inbox. Try it. It's best to sit down and check email at a certain time for a chunk of time versus toggling back and forth, like checking when you see it come in on your screen. Of course, effective moms have the notifications off, but instead of checking every so often, sit and say, okay, I'm going to dedicate this half hour or this hour to doing emails, and then do it then, okay? And you're going to prioritize and it will be much better. Same goes for Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else you look at on your phone. Choose to look at your feed one time a day, and that's it. Remove the option to check in numerous times a day. Facebook developers and other social media developers have studied how to addict our brain to their services, but you can fight back, okay? You are in charge of your life. So limit yourself to once a day for email and once a day for social media and see what happens. Every single mom who's done this comes back to me saying that it has made a fundamental change in her day. I have not had a single person say they regret checking their email or Facebook or Instagram or whatever just once a day. Everyone has said it makes them calmer, it improves their attention span, they're more focused when they do check email or when they're doing other tasks, to not have in their mind, oh, I have to check to see if that email's coming in, because they know they're going to check at 1:30. And it also decreases the overall time that she spends on her device, her phone or computer. The more we email, the more we email. Tweet that. Pretty genius, but it's true. The less we email, the less we email. It's that simple. Things still get done. Your Facebook feed will still be there. Problems still get solved. It's up to you to decide how much of a role you want it to play in your life. Empowered and effective moms do not check their email, Facebook, Instagram, or anything else before they have scheduled their day. They schedule it in. Number 5 thing that effective moms do not do, they do not watch the news. Ideally, they don't watch the news at all, but they certainly do not turn the TV on in the morning. 2 reasons. 1, We can't multitask. Having the TV on in the background will make any single thing you're trying to do take longer. So if you have it on in the background and you're doing your hair, or you have it on the background and you're making breakfast, it makes it take longer, the task. Our brain does not multitask. It toggles between. So even if you think you're like speed maker extraordinaire of breakfast, if the TV's on, you could do it faster with the TV off. Okay? Second, news is negative. Blood cells. Putting that sort of information in our brain first thing in the morning hands over our mood to the programs we're watching. We're putting them in charge. No matter what you tell yourself, I have not heard a reason for watching TV that I agree with. I have not. Try me. Comment in the comments below. Please give me your reason. I'd love to hear it. I'm interested. I'm open to being proven wrong. But I have yet to hear a reason why that I agree with, why watching TV at any point, but especially in the morning, is helpful. Having the TV on in the morning does nothing beneficial for us in our days. Nothing. This is not about me trying to turn you into a bumbling idiot that doesn't know what's going on in the world. The news will still reach you. This is about setting you and your family up for success. Put on an uplifting podcast. I've linked a couple in my blog post of my favorites. Put on some music or an empowering meditation while you're getting ready, if you need to have something on in the background. Happy, high-achieving people pay attention to what they're feeding their brains, and they do not feed it someone else's news. Do you have any? So those are the 5 things, all right? It just is very clear to me. You set your alarm. You don't use your kids as your alarm clock. You don't look at your phone first thing in the morning. You don't start your day with sugar. You don't get on email or Facebook or Instagram until you've scheduled your day, and then you fit in those things where it makes sense. And you do not watch the news. Do not turn the TV on in the morning. Okay? Do you have anything specifically that you don't do in the morning, or anything that you do that I didn't include in that blog post of 2 weeks ago? Please share below. How about things, I just love sharing. And anything you do or anything you don't do that makes an impact in your day. We're here on this earth at the same time for a reason, and I bet you have something I could learn from you. So share away, and in the meantime, warriors, I wish you a wonderful week of mornings that you feel great and you've set yourself up for success as we finish up this first month of this wonderful year. Go get them.